Good morning, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 7:37 a.m. I'm in the station house in Galway, in Clifton, in Galway. Made famous a few years ago with the famous golf gate crack that went on. I actually met James last night, James Sweeney, the manager. That's where to get my kerosene oil off through the McAvoys from Roscommon. They're the salesmen. Mark does, a brother and son does follow the channel. Grand lad altogether. I never drew up the incident at all actually, but when I pulled into the car park yesterday evening, he was just walking down one side, pulled up and asked where was the best place to park, so he showed me. And when I went across the road, they have two places. Well, it's at the back in the car park. I went across to get something to eat. I said, I'll meet you again. He said, I'll park you and I'll feed you. I had fish and chips. Fish was grand. Chips was middling. I told him that too. There was a small little bowl. The top half, they were not too bad. 6 out of 10. The bottom were all bits of chips like my finger. They were left after. You could do nothing with them. So I went to Griffin's then, and I walked around the town, and I met two of the 8 on tour. They split up into, each couple went to 4 different places last night. They needed some space. They had plenty of space because everybody was eating out on the streets. It was a terrific evening, weather-wise. So it was the mother and father that I met, and we went back to Griffin's, and they just had one drink. They were tipsy. Well, she was, the mammy. And I had one first with them in Mannions, and where they were eating mussels. I never seen anything like it. There must be 300 of them. But they said that it was a great feed altogether. So I had 2 pints in Griffin's, and I was home by 10:30, 11:15, in bed. Well, nearly in bed. We started off yesterday morning about 9:15 from Bunratty Manor. To break the journey to Clifton, we stopped in Galway. I was showing them around Ayr Square. I was trying to get parking. Where did they head for? Supermax. They swear it was after a disco on a Saturday night, because that is the meeting place. Funny thing happened actually. There was a small little white van coming down by the Skeff. The Skeff is one way, but not for everybody anymore. I think it's only just for taxis and buses. But there was 2 travellers in a couple. Well, they looked like a couple. They were male and female anyway. And they were coming down a one-way street, and I just said, that's one way, they said, we'll turn around. So what did they do? Down with the boot and headed on. They nearly knocked down a person outside the Skeff that was crossing the road. But they think they're a law unto themselves. Wouldn't take direction at all, you see. So we headed for Clifton. We went by Kylemore Abbey first, and then they had a boat tour at 2:30 in Lenaun, and that was an hour and a half long. So after that we went into Clifton, drove around the town, and went out on Sea View Road, which is a very worthwhile exercise, I must say. They were delighted with that, and back to the hotel then after. So I'm meeting them at 9:15 this morning. We're heading for Trim. They're staying in Trim Castle tonight. We're pulling at Loan on the way first. This is my last day with them. There's a transfer to be done tomorrow morning at 6:30 to the airport. But I'll be in my own bed tonight. I'd get somebody else to do that. And heading home. I need all of tomorrow, lawns and such things at the house. We had no winner yesterday. I think it was the first in a while that we hadn't a winner. We had a place horse in that Perlando. I said there is a race in him. Similar. I said the very same thing about a horse called Live in the Moment there a few times, and I didn't even back it myself the other day or tip it up, and it won at 15-2. And a horse, I meant to say the other day, the old Hershey that we backed several times in Dundalk. No show. Hugh Coughlin, I remember that. He told me, forget about that fella. But 2 runs back, he was 40s into 20s and finished fourth. And the last day then, he won at 14-1, but he was 25s in the morning. He done it well enough. He might never win another race again, but it was a pity I didn't even have a pound on him for loyalty the day he won. You remember the times that he would come out of the stalls or nothing, both on the turf and in Fundalk, as I call it. And I thought Billy Loughnane, for a horse that stays so well over a trip, was too far back in Wolverhampton at a mile 6. I thought he'd be second or third or fourth at worst in the race, and see what would happen then, because the pace held up. And with another one, Grappanino. No, that the only race that might win was a 3 mile hurdle, I'd say. Difficult enough day today. I came down with 2. Aerion Power. It's a 5-year-old trained by Michael Stout. It was fourth in the Royal Hunt Cup. That form should be good enough to go close in this race. Third to Indemnify, fourth to Almubir. It's solid. And Ryan Moore is back in the plate. It finished really well, I thought, in the Royal Hunt Cup to finish fourth. There was a field of 30 in that.
In the black and orange near side, with over the far side Jimi Hendrix going into a clear advantage on that far side, and Juan is there with the near side to Uzo. Tempest is there as well, Perotto behind those, but over the far side, the near side Sonny Liston. It's Chelsea Thoroughbreds, they've got the Royal Hunt Cup. Which one will win? Jimi Hendrix the far side, Sonny Liston the red cap is in second position. Behind those are Juan and Aerion, Power and Bless Him, and Uzo and Tempest, and then came Positive.
Ryan Moore, I know he hasn't done us a favour in a while, so Ryan, if you're watching in, get your finger out today. Smaller field might suit. And then in Haydock, an hour before that actually, is a horse that was just collared on the line the last day, but was an uphill finish in Sandown, and this track might suit him better. Street Kid. It's an each way bet at 5-1. He's been consistent enough. Like when he was off 86 before, he won in Wolverhampton. I think we were on him that day actually. But the last day, this is him here in the cheek pieces, heading for home.
Has gone. He's into second place. Remarkable Force comes third. Then Epsom Faithful and Riot. Up front, Street Kid. Tough enough. Can he get by? Street Kid on the rail. Tough enough. Still has time. There's a neck between them though. Street Kid and Tough enough. Line coming up. Tough enough. Got it. To beat Street Kid. Remarkable.
He was doing grand until the last 50 years, and he was tying up. We'll see what prices they at 7.45. $13-2 there with 365. It's an each way bet. I looked at the rest of the cards last night. I couldn't find anything. There is a few horses that we backed before out today. We have Evening's Empire, but I thought there was one that may beat it or be close to it. With Natural Look, Alpine, Stroll, Liberated Lad, Uzo. Oh no, Uzo's in that race. Sue, Princess, Barometer. They're all horses that we were involved in before, but I thought they weren't strong enough or to warrant putting them up today. I'll probably be back late tonight or early in the morning with tomorrow's. Tomorrow's a big day. Champions Day in Leopardstown. I got a bit of study in this morning and today. Bash the bookies, over and out.